Alright, so you've learned that you should never mutate primitive values, and instead you should always return a brand new one, right? Because the original one will never take effect on whatever computation that you are performing. So with reference types or objects is a little bit different. So right here, let's go ahead and simply create another method. So I'm going to say static and then void and then change and then point. And right here, we're going to take a point and then I'm going to say point. So now what I'm going to do here is simply say point dot and then x equals to 0 and point dot and then y equals to 0, right? So now let me go ahead and simply say point and then point equals to new and then point, and let's simply say 100 and then 100, right? Now check this out. If I say change point and then pass point inside and then simply say south and then point, right? So now we are creating the actual point object right here. So we have the point object and then we are invoking the change point, so similar as we did with increment value, and then we are system.out.println the actual point, right? So right here we saw with primitive values that the original value does not change. However, if I run this, you can see that with reference types is a bit different. So you can see that the original point had 100 and 100 for x and y, and then we invoked this method by passing the actual point here, and then we mutated the y and the x and y values to 0, and here you can see that they did take effect. So what you really learn from this is that reference types or objects, they are passed by reference, and the primitive ones, they are passed by value. And the difference is with reference types, you are actually mutating whatever you pass to your method, right? So here you are mutating the original object, whereas with primitives you don't, because it's passed by value or copy, which simply takes a copy of the original one and never touches whatever you pass into your method. So this is something to bear in mind, that if you pass an object right here, it gets mutated. If you pass a primitive, it doesn't, right? So as you saw here with this method here. So if you have any questions on this, please do let me know. Otherwise, let's move on.